Here we are for a warm-up, and I really didn't do anything except for just change rims. There goes Terry. he had his hands full. That cart was loose, but man, was it fast. When the cart came in, he was rolling. He was one of the fastest car on tracks for sure. But right in front of me is Josh Smoker, and I'm going to hook up with him and draft with him throughout this session. Double 9 goes a little bit wide, and then I'm just right behind Josh, and I'm going to stay right behind him the whole time. Just two carts are quicker than one, so I'm seeing if we can close the pack up front. We ran really quick as well. And you guys know Josh hasn't been racing very long. He used to race back end day, quarter midgets, I believe, and then he became a professional baseball player for some reason. I don't know why. And then he just got back into karting, probably because of how much fun Mike was having with me. But I know Mike's on the sideline watching us, and he's probably like, my two little boys, I'm so proud of him. I don't know how many times that man cried this weekend, but I'm pretty sure it was a lot. No, I love Mike. Josh would take this a little bit quicker than I would, and then I see that he does not lose any time coming out of it, which was kind of crazy. I know I had less teeth than him for sure, but other than that, I don't know. I was just playing around. I was thinking about it now during practice. I was like, okay, maybe I should drop a little bit more. Not just because I couldn't get a good run up the hill. It's just like I said yesterday. The motor really liked to almost lug. It was weird because you guys know I eat the limiter all day long. But this engine really liked to lug, and it felt more alive with less teeth than it did with more teeth. So that all comes to kart sub and everything else. Everything has to be working, and to be honest, everything was working pretty well, and I was very happy. So I was going to take a gamble against everybody's saying that.
Good morning, everybody. Ran a little late, so just had to put my suit on and get ready. But final day, it's going to be a great one. Kart's quick. Finding out that the plugs that don't hit the limiter on the stand, which are these, they're bad. It's just bad. So find one that hits the limiter and you'll be good. Honestly, picked up 4/10 by changing a stupid plug out, and then making sure your carb's clean. So crazy. P6 this morning in warm up feels pretty tight. It's all about good drafting partner. I was with Joshua Smoker. He did a good job. He just overdrove turn 2. Like, he got back that corner up. He's got to get a good run out of turn 2. Turn 2 is the hill of death, I call it. So let's get after it for qualifying. I'm gonna do a gear change because since the motor is back up to primo power, and MacArthur's giving me some advice. Oh, man, there's one, I don't know. He wants me to do one thing, I'm not 100% sure, but fuck it, we'll see. I mean, he's the one building it, but it's pulling so good now, I don't want to fuck with it. I'm in that dilemma. Let's try it anyway, who cares?
Okay, I think the gear change would have worked if I would have gone higher in tire pressure to get the kart to start off earlier. I did not, I didn't go on new tires because I'm cheap. And I really didn't think new tires were that big of a difference because the track was just that big of a drafting track. So I dropped teeth again and went back down to really low, 3-3, and I thought this was the right gear. I really did. I still think it would have worked if I just got a slight little toe, but it just didn't work out for me. All right, it didn't go as well as I planned. It went a lot worse. That's why I was glad we definitely have a pre-final. And maybe I should listen to other people's advice sometimes, especially when they're telling me, do you really want to try that? You did it yesterday, it didn't work out. What do you think it's going to happen if you try it today? And I was like, I've gotten better at driving. Yeah, it still didn't work out. P13 in the end for qualifying. But I learned my lesson. Or did I?
Qualifying the books, and I did something stupid again. Decided to go stupid low on gearing. Not the right move for qualifying at this track. It would have been a better move to just go higher. Now we're gonna go higher. Sorry, Bryce. Now we're gonna go higher and hope for the best. Now I'm on 343. I really want to do a 337 or 333, but just the hill. Everywhere else, karts, motors, like freaking amazing. So, God darn tarnation, man, it's frustrating. Kart looks good, I'll tell you that much. Damn, graphic looks real good. I mean, it's a little beat up, it's good. Look at that helmet. That's still sexy as hell. Looking for a helmet? CR graphics. Or, yeah, CR graphics right there. On the Heat 1, P13 to P8 would be nice. All right, pre-files in the book, and I see Jason up there messing with something, and there's a lot of fuel coming out. And I noticed that even with the zip tie, the fuel that goes into a carburetor, the fuel line popped out. So I reach over, stop, plug it back in for him. The motor doesn't stop running, and then he takes back off again. So yeah, I was really nice. I could just let him, you know, forget about it. Just be like, nah, Jason, you're on your own, man. Good luck with that. But no, he was pouring fuel all over the place. Right here, I have someone on my inside, Ryan. So I lay back on the start to give him space to slide in, and I lay back a lot. But it worked out great. I left the door open. I wanted to slide in because I run with Ryan a lot, and I work really well with him. So my whole goal was to just ride his back bumper. I didn't know Grant was going to stick his nose in there, but he lost all momentum on exit. And then Ryan, if you have me behind you, remember, if you stick the move or you think you're about to make the move, I'm going to slam you forward to make the move, okay? I want to go forward. It looked like we had a really good on the double nine on the outside. Looked like Ryan checked up for a second, and then I didn't lift. I just slammed into the back of him, and we got around him. So it worked out great in the end. I didn't wreck Ryan, and we made the pass. And then here we go, racing against Jason. Ryan goes for the move. I'm going to slide right behind Jason and start pushing with him. His kart worked really well early, and then for some reason, like halfway through the race, it just started to bind up. I think when he came off the track, he told me he went on really high tire pressure. So at the very beginning, he was real quick, and then the kart just started to fall off a little bit. But I stayed behind him pushing because it was still early in the race. You don't want to make any too many crazy moves and get the lead pack driving away. I went up on teeth again because, you know, I learned my lesson. But at the same time, during race mode, I really wish I would have kept the lower gear. So, you know, I was just confused, man. Life didn't make sense anymore to me. This track had me up and down. I just didn't know. Like I wanted to run a different gear, and at the same time, I wanted to run what I know is hitting the limiter. But you'll see that down this long straightaway, the limiter just, you know, held me back. And then the lower gear I thought would be better, because as long as I can keep driving, it was going to be fine. Ryan makes a move, and then Jason goes on the inside trying to make a move, and they go side by side. Just wish a little bit more patience there. We would have gotten probably a better run, and they may move later on. Ryan gets a little sideways. Jason goes back on the inside, but then kills his momentum upwards, so it's going to open a door for me. I'm going to shove my nose in here just for a second, and I notice it's not worth going side by side, so I drag just a little bit of brake and let him slide back in. I don't want to lift there, I just want to drag brake. I try not to lift. This is when I know Jason's falling off a little bit, so I go for my move. Try to get on the back of Ryan's tailcoat, and then move on forward and try to make a couple other moves later on in the race. Sometimes you got to be patient and wait, and other times you got to go
This is more like a waiting game and patience and seeing how everybody else is racing. And you see just battling out, the top two are just walking away. So it was really difficult to, play that patient game. These guys kept battling out, so I'm glad they were not patient because they kept bringing me back into the fight. Right here, Ryan gets him run on the outside. I'm guessing Ellie didn't see him and just squeezed him out. So then I go up on the inside of Ryan, so that was just unfortunate. The blinders were on there, so at that point, he had a really good run, and then the door just shut on him really, really quick. Here in its double left, my car, the tire pressure had come up. The car was doing really well. So at this point of the race, I was pretty comfortable where I was at. My goal was top 8. And then from there, we could battle it out later on in the race. So I was just going to stay here, do the best I can. And if an opportunity for a move to open up went, I would go. But we were everybody was pretty tight on here. There wasn't much battling. The 2 to go. I thought about a couple opportunities, but really only if they start really battling it out, I would get after it. But we pretty much stayed in line, did a pretty good job, not trying to kill ourselves. Right there, those rumble strips, if you jump over them real quick and not drag frame, you don't slow down that much. Right there, they get a little bit squirreled up. Here, I'm just staying in it now, 2x2 through the chicane. Probably not the smartest move, but, once I commit, I commit. I got lucky there. They just got bottled up, and then during the double lefts, the kart would do a really good job. So I was able to create a slight gap behind me, and then try to run down the top group. But here, I was in no man's land. I didn't have the draft from the front, and I know the guys in the back were coming. But the top 3, these guys kept battling it out. Right there, someone shoved their nose on the inside of me. I had to hold it wide open, just run a little wide. And then we're trying to catch the top 3 here, the next 3 in the group. I think that's 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And you can see way out in the distance, 1st and 2nd are just gone. They had checked out. They're in a different zip code, to be honest. I know when we got off track, they're already on the scales doing interviews. That's how far of a gap they pulled on the. I was like, oh my god, this is not gonna go well in the finals at all. But it was a good run. It was a fun run. The track's really fun. It just has a lot of blinding corners, though. So you got to trust the people you're racing against not to do something stupid and spin out in a bad spot. And then going downhill, it's very easy to lock it up and spin it. But the goal was met. Cross the line at P8. Now we have a battle for the win. Just have to get after it in the finals and not do anything stupid, which I do.
Well, guys, camera's a little dirty. Well, pre-finals in the book. Started 13th, made it to 8th. Good hard racing. Thanks to Bronkowski about the gear change that really hit the spot. Really haven't done anything to a kart. Just playing with little things here and there. I messed with acronym because I got bored, and now I'm going to different rims because I'm bored. So no complaints, to be honest. I have no complaints, and maybe I should add some fuel because for some reason this track drinks fuel like there's no tomorrow. We're full throttle 99.9% of the time, but yeah, good racing. 5th and 6th for heavy, Mikey and Bryce. They just did their finals in that, so that's really good racing. Kelvin's starting 12th for his final, and then Bryce is starting 7th for medium final. So overall, good day for jam racing for everybody. I mean, we're kicking ass. Oh, congratulations to Will Lessick, dude. That kid drove an amazing race in the pre-final. Super smart, stayed there. In the final here, he ended up 4th. Don't know what happened. Maybe got a little snug or something. The top 2 just drove away slowly. Owen Lloyd from the back to 3rd. The kid was crazy fast. So, that's how racing goes sometimes. You win some, you lose some. Well, look what happened to Bryce. He ended up getting a penalty for not touching someone.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good race. So he didn't end up. He crossed the line 5th, but he ended up 11th, 8th in the end. Good run though.
storm through the field.
It was a good run, but you know, little penalty here and there kind of messed it all up. It's racing. Now we got Kelvin, myself, and Bryce one more. Whoa. Long day.
I have a chance for a podium.
He does have a chance for a podium in medium. No mistakes and no penalties.
All right, on to the finals. This is it. This is the money. I went to MXC rears, just what I usually do anyway. They've never let me down, but for some reason, it did not like it. The kart did not like the MXC rears. It created a monster hop, and it created just some bogging down issues in the tight section. So I was going to really struggle this race, for sure. No gear change, no nothing else. It was basically, I wanted to drop the teeth, but at the same time, I'm glad I didn't, just because the kart was not doing well, and that was my fault. I should have just left the damn thing alone, but I got bored and I couldn't leave it alone, so I changed the acronym back and swapped out the rear rims, and the rear rims, I don't know, it always works, but for some reason it created a bad hop mid-corner. It just would buck. I'm guessing I overloaded the sidewall too much, and then kart would release and grab and release and grab, and just started bucking left and right. So that's my theory behind it. That means everything I've done up to this point just doesn't make sense. Yeah, I'm a loss for words, guys. I'm still thinking about it. It doesn't make sense. This kart likes the Douglas a lot more, and usually the Douglas guy gives me a lot more grip. But the next race, you'll see in the next video, I talk more about it. It's crazy how just, you know, I mess with rims all the time to free up the kart, to tighten the kart. But this weekend, I didn't change much of anything, like rear track width or much of anything. I know Ellie was behind me, pushing me. We were running 102.6s when he was behind me. He really wanted to get in front of me. He wanted to battle it out. We hooked bumpers there on maybe accident, maybe not. I don't want to incriminate myself, but I noticed that he got a really good run out of the corner, so I slid over and got a little of a tug to get up the hill myself and got back around them. So yeah, there's a little self-incrimination. Oh man. So hey, it doesn't work all the time, okay guys? Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. All right, so that time it worked out, but I needed the tow, and then he wasn't going to give up on it, so I just got behind him. But following him and pushing him as hard as I was, we slowed down half a second, and then the group in front just started walking away, so we just did not have the pace, and then the group behind was catching us real quick. So I was trying everything I could to definitely get us up in front. His kart was a little unhappy. His kart was not doing the best either. And down here, I gave him a ton of room on the entrance, and then he goes down. I gave him too much room and killed my exit speed, so then I really can't push up on the way out. So it was a frustrating finals for sure, because what I usually thought worked usually does work, but this time it didn't work, if that makes any sense at all, because I was beating my head left and right. And then the tight section, the kart would do fine. It just had a dang hop. I mean, I don't get it. If anybody has anything in it, just message me or put it down in the comments of why the kart would start hopping. And it wasn't like it didn't feel. It felt like I pick up the tire and slam the tire down. Like I couldn't hold the outside tire, basically. That's really what it felt like. I couldn't hold the outside tire. I felt like I'd roll over on the sidewall too hard. The tire would come off the ground and then just settle down. And then, you know, once it slams down, it unloads the outside tire, and then it makes the kart hop and skip. So it felt like I was on a damn rodeo. That's how it felt in the end. So it was just, man, it was just not happy. I wasn't happy either because I had a monster. The kart was just on rails all weekend. It's been a while since I don't go on track and have to do changes to make the kart better because I keep messing around with it and chasing the ghosts, which I like to call. But this weekend I didn't have to chase the ghosts, right? I made changes to try things out because I get bored and I want to see what it does. I know I'm not in it for the championship. I'm still trying to win, of course, but I still want to figure things out because practice days are good, but it really doesn't mean crap to try different things because you really don't have the rubber down on the ground, and it's kind of difficult to try different things out at times because it's not in race conditions. So you try it on a practice day, oh man, it worked great, and you go to a race day and you're like, man, it sucked, I'm stuck. Well, yeah, because you don't have the rubber or anything down. Jason, I think he gets in front of me here. He came back from a ways back. I'm battling with him. I don't give him the spot because I'm stubborn. I'm trying to keep him behind me because really I was just trying to stay on to the position I was at. There was no way of catching the next group in front. It was just us battling it out in our second group, which was fun. It was fun racing. It was good racing. I'm always having a blast. I know I'm difficult to pass at times. This track made it a little bit easier. Jason is pushing me pretty hard, so I get out in front. And then right here is when everything unravels. And I'm not too upset. I could put it as a racing incident. What I get upset is, you can't see here, but he turns, looks, and then turns right into me. That's the part that pissed me off. If he would have never just turned right into me and popped the tire, I'd be fine. But man, that made me mad. That really ticked me off for sure.
So at the end of the day, my finals did not go well. I ended up getting into an accident, cut the front tire down. What can we say? You have some good days and bad days, but I learned a lot, so I'm extremely happy with that. Can't complain at all. Everything I had is excellent. It's amazing. Felt great running up front. Today it felt great moving up. We just lacked a little bit in some areas. I just kept messing around and changing too much stuff up. So maybe I should just stop messing with stuff. And it was little things. It wasn't like big things. I just played around with the rims a lot today. So some rims do one thing, some rims do another, but the kart liked the different type of rim that I usually don't run. So now I really don't know anything. I usually just run the MXCs, but the kart really liked the Douglases on, so heck, I don't know. Maybe Douglas is the way to go. So all 40 videos ahead, it was all wrong. God help us.